Hi, this is Peter Simonson. I'm the Executive Director for the ACLU of New Mexico. I'm reporting to you live from our offices. We want to wish everybody a happy holiday season, and we want to thank you for your generous support of the organization over the last year. It's been an exciting year for us. We have managed to have a fair amount of success in a number of our priority areas. This year, we were able to secure from the Otero County Sheriff's Department a policy that will require those sheriff's deputies to abstain from inquiring about immigration status unless they have a reason to pursue a criminal investigation against someone. That's a particularly important priority for us and our board because we're concerned that immigrants have the ability to go to police for help when they are victims or when they are witnesses of crime and not have to fear that they will be inviting some sort of scrutiny about their immigration status. As in years past, we were a leader in the campaign to try and pass vital legal protections for gay and lesbian couples in the state. And we unfortunately were not able to get that passed this year, but we anticipate that that will be one of our priorities in the upcoming legislative session. And we have every hope, every optimism that in the 2009 session we will be able to create those protections for gay and lesbian couples around the state. We also this year continued our litigation against the Children, Youth and Families Department. This is widespread litigation that is attempting to reform the lack of security, the lack of adequate mental health and medical services for youth and juvenile detention facilities. It looks like those negotiations with CYFD have reached a standstill, and so we anticipate that next year we will be litigating a case against CYFD to try and force compliance with the agreement that CYFD made with our organization over a year ago. And these are conditions that are essential for assuring that children who are in our juvenile detention facilities are treated with the utmost security that they merit, as well as every opportunity to rehabilitate themselves in our state. This year we began a major lawsuit against the Doña Ana County Detention Facility for similar reasons, the lack of mental health services for people housed in that facility. And so that litigation will go forward, and we anticipate that it will occupy us throughout a good part of 2009. One of the interesting things that we're doing this year is looking into the state's creation of a fusion center. This is a agency within the state's Department of Homeland Security that is tasked with bringing together databases from all government sources and possibly even private sources in an effort to keep tabs on what Americans are doing and to see if their normal patterns of behavior appear suspicious in the eyes of the people that are reviewing that data. We of course have significant concerns about the way in which that data is going to be used, but more concerning yet is the track record that these fusion centers have in other parts of the country, and particularly in Maryland, where fusion centers have been sending their personnel out to covertly gather intelligence on legitimate protest activity, on activists, and treating them as if they were somehow a threat to national security. We are very concerned that that might be a case here in New Mexico, and so in addition to filing public records requests with our agency here in New Mexico to find out more about what they're doing, we will be looking to push legislation in this upcoming session that would create a bright line preventing law enforcement from conducting surveillance on legitimate protest, legitimate political activist activities, unless there's some reason to think that those people are involved in criminal behavior. I also want to raise one final area that has dominated our concern over this year and past, and that is the way in which immigrants are being brought into our state, particularly from all parts of the country, with the intention of essentially warehousing them, indefinitely detaining them in our jail facilities, and when the government fails to deport them or is unable to deport them because their countries of origin refuse to take them back, they are being held indefinitely in some of our most remote jails, particularly in Torrance County and in Otero County, down near the little town of Chaparral, which was also the site of our Otero County litigation. And the concern here is that the Supreme Court has said that if an immigrant has served his debt to society, if he has any criminal violations and cannot be returned back to his country of origin, that the government has an obligation to release those people, and that that is all in conforming with their rights under habeas corpus. This is an issue that has come up in the debate over the treatment of Guantanamo detainees, who in many cases have been jailed for months, if not years, without any sort of criminal charges brought against them. Well, lo and behold, that exact same activity is happening in our own backyard, and particularly in New Mexico, because our jails are cheap to house people in, and they are also remote from any sort of legal assistance or any sort of access to family members. Many times those families live on the coasts, and these people have been brought in from pretty remote places. So we'll be continuing that activity, looking to liberate people who are being held unlawfully and senselessly, really without any sort of gain or any sort of benefit to our national security or to protecting the community against crime. These are all vital, important activities that we're carrying out here on your behalf in the state of New Mexico, and we hope that you will join us, become a member, and we also hope that you will support our organization. And if you are looking to make an end-of-the-year gift, please think about giving generously to the ACLU. Trust me when I say that your dollar will go to the direct impact of protecting and advancing civil liberties in the state of New Mexico. Thanks.